What's happening, everybody? It is Monday, Motivation Monday, if you will. Think about it, radio show. Jay's in the building. Right on, right on. I have a great interview for you guys tonight. It's Emmalee Martin, and she does so much. The author of the book, I Cried Out, and he heard me. Stay tuned for an excellent interview. What is happening? What is happening? What is happening? Miss Martin, what is going on? How are you doing this evening?
I'm fine, and yourself?
I'm all right. I know I came in crunk and live on you. It is all good. I mean, this young lady right here is an author, speaker, poet, counselor, publisher. I mean, she's done so many things out here, and I will fail to list all the great accomplishments that she has. So I'm going to let you guys hear from her and let her know who she is, what she does, and we're going to get into this Motivation Monday interview. Can you dig it? Miss Martin, the floor is yours.
Hello, everyone. I am privileged to be on this show, and I just want to let everyone know that the struggle is real, and you're going to have to just endure to the end, because you will win. Yes, thank you for all those accolades, but I'm one of these people. I don't want the fame. I'm about the business. I'm a doer. Right. I don't talk. So, yes, I've accomplished a lot of things, and I wasn't born with the privileges. Born and raised in Miami, and every ungodly thing can happen to a person happened to me, because I ran away from home when I was 13 years of age and lived 4 years as a runaway here in Miami in the 70s, and that's all I'm going to say about the age.
Yeah.
But God, and when I say God, I think we have this misconception about all these different gods people throw out there, but to be honest with you, it's the God that's in me that delivered me. I don't belong to no denomination. I just know there's a power higher than myself that rescued me when I was in my darkest moment as a child. And living here in Miami, as you know, we've been labeled as, the drug cartel, per se. But at any rate, the number one thing is that it's not where you start, it's where you finish. And to be a child and to endure, and I'm an adult, and I can't believe I was that rebel to be in the streets at a young age. And I look at my nieces and my nephews and to see that I couldn't believe I did it, because during that time we were in a different time zone. So to see to a child on the streets in this 2018 is horrific to even put that thought process in your mind to see a child roaming, because time has changed, things have changed, and people have evolved into the beast, I call it.
Yeah.
The belly of the beast, you know. But at any rate, I thank God that to even be a child and to know that there was something higher than me, that I couldn't do what he did to bring me out of that cesspool. So I give God all the honor and the praise, and for all those theologians who want me to reference, hey, God, I'm sorry, I didn't go through the prophets. I went straight to the master, because I say, if you real, change me. And I think we need to establish a relationship with our God and stop establishing a relationship with man. And because when man fall, you fall. So if you have a personal connection with your God, whomever your God is, because I learned that the hard way, that we weren't talking about the same God.
Yeah.
Because your behavior dictates to me who your God is. So I'm just going to leave it at that, because I don't want to get no hate mail.
Now, you won't get no hate mail coming this way. No hate mail coming this way. We're going to just block it and delete it. We don't need no hate mail. We're going to just block it.
I don't want all the theologians coming to me with their theory, because I read their theory and I know my theory. My theory is real because I'm here and I know who brought me out.
Say
So I'm
that
gonna keep
again,
it at
man.
that.
When you know that, but see, that's the
Yeah.
thing. When you walk in that confidence in knowing, right? I grew up in the country, right? East Texas, Crockett, Texas, shout
Yeah.
out, right? So they just saying those old 100s, right? They say the confidence in knowing. And when I was younger, I'm like, what is this confidence in knowing? What are they talking about? And they, rest assured, and and all that. I'm like, what do they mean? But then you would see such a calmness be on the elderly though back then because they knew something, as if they knew something that you didn't know, right? They had a connection, and they know that if you just yet hold on, things are going to change and things are going to get better. And you just have to keep believing and keep positive, right? No matter what, seeing them on their deathbed and being ill and stuff, still being positive, man. So it's like when you see that, you really will be shortchanging the ancestors. You be shortchanging their memories if you do give up so quickly and quit. And so I believe that it's in us to just keep going.
Absolutely. And I think for any believer, I'm not trying to denounce your religion. I'm just trying to get you to understand you need a relationship. It doesn't matter what your denomination is. You need to have a personal relationship with your God, because that's the only person who is going to deliver you from whatever it is that you need help with, because it's more to it. Because, see, I've learned, I guess I had to hit hard knocks and learn at an early age because my parents died when I was young, and for me to be, a kid raising kids, because my 5 siblings at the time, were minors, and I didn't want the state to get them, so I had to become an adult real early after I had got out of the street. So I said all that to say this, that it doesn't matter who you reference your God, because it's an individual thing. God, your personal relationship with God is not group therapy. And that's why we have all these cathedrals, because everybody congregates. And on Sunday, it's the segregated time of the year,
yes.
of the week, because everybody reference, they in their little holy moly mode, but when you walk out that parking lot, you're in a whole different reference. So that let me know you don't have a personal relationship. You're practicing religion. And to me, religion is just cultures. You have different cultures, but I went straight to the source to get my answers to my problems. And people need to own their truth. I own my truth. I accepted everything that happened to me, because it's like, for example, the verse in the Bible, and I'm not one of these religious people that quote scripture, but I remember this one. It says, when I was a child, I spoke as a child. When I became an adult, I put away childish things. And I think we need to grow up and stop making excuses for our behavior. And when you step out and know that you know what you're doing, why you doing it, so just don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Children play games and do all this. You just need to grow up and own your truth, whatever it is, because the enemy is in me. Look in the mirror. You your worst enemy. You know what I mean? So until you own your truth and know who you are and whose you are, if you don't have a relationship with your maker, because that's one thing I do know is going to happen, whether we want it to or we don't, is that we are going to die. Every being living is going to leave this universe. But what are you doing while you're here? You know what I'm saying? That's my whole premise. It's like, what are you doing? You could get all the gold, all this. You're still going to die. So, well, you can't take it with you. So you need to just be more of a humanitarian to leave something for someone else. You're not going to take it with you. But I'm a looter. Let me diverse and get away from that, because I don't want to create all this, you know what I'm saying? Because the number one thing is, I know, and I can honestly say, that there is a power higher than me. I'm talking about me.
Yeah.
And the reason I can say that is because to be a 13-year-old kid, to run away from home and live in Miami on the streets for 4 years, from 13 to 17, and just took a sabbatical from a private university getting my doctoral degree, but God.
But God. So
I know what can be done, because even though where I came from doesn't define me, And then speaking of where you came from, I'm sick and tired of us, when I say us, to say you forgot where you came from when you start evolving and changing the dynamics of your environment. No, I did not forget where I came from. You apparently don't even know where you came from, because I know my history. I know about the kings, the queens, the gold, and that's why so many people could capitalize on our people, because our people weren't allowed to read to know where we came from. So until you get back to knowing where you originated from, the killing will stop. All this, there's no hatred, it's love, because you don't walk into who you really are. So if you don't know who you are, you believe what someone told you who you are. Because I ran away from home, I was labeled. I was never amount to nothing. I was never going to be anything, because I had a early experience with life. I don't have no baby daddies. I've been a millionaire 3 times. I got all my credentials. So don't ever allow anyone to label you, to tell you what you can't do, because the battle is in your mind. You could do anything you put your mind to. You could do it. So it's just up to you to do what you know in your heart you want to do. And the number one thing is, you're going to have distractions. You're going to have people telling you you can't. The people who telling you you can't know you can. They can't because they won't. And until you know what you want to do, you have to eliminate all the naysayers. And that includes society, because I was labeled as a statistic. It wasn't supposed to happen. But the thing is, you could do anything you put your mind to.
Absolutely
anything. So that's why even with my book, I cried out and he heard me. I was a runaway, and when you out there in that world, people say you need God, you need this, you need that. And this one phrase that I said to God, I didn't call on Muhammad, I didn't call on Jesus, I didn't call on Buddha, I say, God, if you real, come and change me. Instantly, my life was changed. And to be honest with you, if you don't want to change your life, God will not help you to change your life. You got to want to change your life. It starts with you. God knew at the age of 17 I wanted to change. So he allowed me and put things and images in my mind to do what I needed to do to change my life. So when you change, this is the catch-22. When you change, family members, affiliates will not embrace who you become, because you are where you left them, wherever that was. So you become a constant reminder of them of what they need to do, and instead of them doing what they need to do, they lash out at you.
Yep.
So.
Yep. And that becomes, I think that becomes the hard part, because you just really explained the psychology behind that. A lot of people really don't understand that. So what happens with that, because they don't understand it, they lash out at their family. They're angry with their family. They miscommunicate with their family, or they excommunicate, I guess, with their family, because they don't even understand that you don't even know why you acting this way. Right? And so they can't even explain it. So they just distribute it in anger and obsession rather than just coming to some solution. Okay, why are you acting this way? You know, so I guess force you to do some thinking, right? Force you to just kind of like tap into your why we doing things, because we know the what. We do a lot of things just on impulse and response. But okay, as you say, dig a little deeper than that. Let's go a little bit beyond the surface and say, okay, well, let's explore some of these things, because that's when the healing can start taking place. That's where the true healing, and then we can see some true results rather than a lot of the conversation that we normally have, because we don't really just sit down and just say, you know what? Why am I doing these things? You know, can I explain it to myself? Right? So I think that's a great mindset to have, though, I think. And if we get more and more people to just grasp that concept, I don't think it won't be like beating your head up against the wall just for us to get it, for you to get it, and I think that's where the frustrating part comes, is those that want to see better, and then you want it sometimes more than the other person, right? So I don't know.